Oh my gosh. You're so close to a baby right now?
We're sub 1 month.
At the time of this episode.
Sub 1.
Oh, and sub 1 of the date of this recording? Because when's our due date? Wasn't it one of those?
Doxing my child already.
I'll beep it.
Welcome to the Bad Brothers podcast. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a new listener. This is your first time listening. We have welcome cards.
Last week was a good
You could
episode.
fill
It's
out
going to be tough.
And just scan the QR code, enter your information. Guest services will be reaching out to you.
We'll tell you where you can tithe.
Yes, most importantly. First off, it's the gross amount, not the net. Says it right in the Bible. First fruits.
It's the net is the only part I see.
Right?
That's my first fruits.
Taxation is theft.
Government should be tithing the first part they see.
Yeah, what's the government's tithe?
They should tithe it back to me.
Did you know Patagonia is a...
Mountain range?
Yes, and also a defense contractor?
No.
They make Black Ops clothes, and they have been since the 80s.
Oh, dang.
Those leftist hippies. You know, the left is really pushing the... what do they call it?
Woke agenda?
That. And the military complex, whatever.
Oh, yeah. And
Industrial military complex.
No, military industrial complex.
Yeah.
Mike. Wait.
They're war-hungry, purple-haired freaks.
Oh, actually, I was going to talk about a video, but it goes into my topic.
We've been talking about
I
too
know,
many videos.
but it goes into my topic, so I got to save it for later.
Okay, well, real quick update.
I'll do a post jokes.
Portland update. You want to know how bad Portland is these days? There is a Toyota dealership right by my hotel that now has a 10-foot tall electric fence around it.
Oh, yeah?
Like Jurassic Park, the wires going across like this. Like
electric. Oh, yeah. You said electric fence, not just fence.
Electric fence with a bunch of just wires every 8 inches or whatever wire.
Dang.
And then big signs that say 7,000 volts, do not touch.
That's a lot of volts.
I know. But then I was like, how many amps is it? Because isn't that what they say gets you? The amps?
Yeah, I think that if the volts are high enough.
Yeah, I mean, sure. It probably hurts.
That's crazy.
It can't be deadly, I would think.
Jurassic Park, for sure.
Yeah, how many volts was that?
Did you see where it's like all those Chicago
Walmarts?
grocery stores? Yeah.
Walmart.
Shut. It was just Walmart?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I didn't know which chain it was, but...
Yeah, they announced they're shutting down, so people just said, okay, free stuff.
Well, it's weird. Landon went with me to Walmart in Tacoma a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And there, they have, baby food and stuff all locked up.
Yep.
And so I tried to tell him, I was promoting a woke agenda because I was trying to get him to think, hey, why would that be locked up? And, he was like, because people are, bad, black and white bad,
Yeah.
People are bad and they steal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, it's kind of not good if people feel like they can't afford to even have baby food.
Jurassic Park, by the way, had a minimum of 10,000 volts to stop dinosaurs from attempting to escape.
That's close.
Which they say was a problem because it could fry a dinosaur, killing it, making it no use to the public eye.
Why would they do that? Why would they fry their own
So
dinosaurs?
after that fatal flaw, he turned off the electric power
Sam Jackson. He was the computer guy in that first movie. Yeah, he is like dangling cigarette computer guy.
Samuel Jackson, yeah. Hold on to your butts.
I know, dude.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
That's my birthday buddy.
He wasn't hold on to your mother effing butts yet.
That's the movie where he says hold on to your butts.
I know, but I'm saying it's Sam Jackson, so he should have said hold on to your mother effing butts.
Oh, yeah.
On this mother effing plane.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that?
No.
It was funny.
Someone just asked me that like last week.
Oh, really? I had to watch it just because it was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny.
I'd rather watch Snowpiercer.
Well, you know what the movie's going to be like, because right at the beginning, it's like there's a couple trying to join the Mile High Club.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's obviously snakes on the plane.
Oh, yeah. Snake in my pants.
Well, one comes out of the toilet and does a number on his member.
Oh.
I think. And anyway, one latches on to the tete.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how it starts. Then
My
you know
favorite
what kind
subreddit.
of snakes on tits.
Yeah. But it's SNEK.
Okay, somehow the funniest video lately on TikTok is the most is the most annoying video. But the guy who's the Redditor, like going to places, you know, like
Yes.
Redditor at the coffee shop. Yeah, it's like they're like painful to watch and they're hilarious at the same time because it's so true. Actually, that chemical wasn't invented until 1981. So really,
despite my better judgment, I've decided to come here and ask you a question.
Man, dang, 7,000 volts.
Yeah, I didn't explore. That was just I walked to the food trucks, which are the closest ones to the hotel. And I passed by there, and there was a new giant electric fence. And then I went back to the hotel and went to sleep.
What happened to Food Truck Diaries or whatever you do out there? Remember you used to walk to the food trucks?
Yeah, I didn't walk this time. I normally walk all over the place. Oh, you're talking about in 2021 or whatever, during COVID when we would
I don't know.
walk?
You said you had a guy who was always like a food explorer like you.
Yeah, that was back during COVID when we were only working once a week.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, he's been working
wherever you are.
Been working the night yard. Shout out to him.
Will said he was working in the yard today. I thought he was.
I hope one day you build a hotel in the Philippines.
Is that what he wants to do?
Yeah.
That's where the workers are.
Mm-hmm.
If it's anything like here.
I think that's a great life goal.
Philippine hotel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gosh, I would love to live someplace hot. I went to this
my pants.
I went to this get to know people whatever thing at BF.
Luncheon.
Dinnerin'.
Oh.
And we had the icebreaker go around the table. It's like, describe your perfect Saturday. And some people were doing realistic Saturdays. And then so I wanted to actually. So then
you quoted Miss Congeniality.
That's your perfect
date.
Perfect date, yeah.
Which was like April 24th. It just happened. Something like that.
No, people were describing a realistic Saturday. And then I was like, well, are we doing like, because of the open-ended questions, like describe a perfect Saturday? Because then I said I would fly someplace hot.
Yeah.
And
never. And then someone got mad. You're breaking the rules.
No, it really expanded the.
Yes.
Actually, you know what's
People
funny?
have to be broken out of their minds. So wake up, sheeple.
Actually,
You're stuck in the the grind that society puts you in. They just want you to work for the man.
I forgot to mention this on the last pod.
The military industrial complex.
First of all, I pulled one of the situations where I was like the funniest guy at the table for, an hour. And it was like great first impression. Every joke landed.
New crowd. They've never heard of Up Dog before.
No, I wasn't even pulling up old jokes. I was just like batting 1,000, Yes. And so, everybody walked away thinking like, oh man, that Michael guy, hilarious.
Yeah. I made a new friend on Monday.
Somebody was like,
same sort of thing.
Yeah. Somebody was like, describe your perfect day. And they were like, it was the youth pastor guy that we met tonight. And he's a really nice guy. But he said like, we want to like spend or like have gift cards to spend somewhere or something.
Oh my gosh.
His was based in sort of his was more realism.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I didn't know we could ask for money. And the table just burst out laughing. Then
But
somebody was
10%
like,
10% to the church.
oh yeah. Somebody was like, yeah, I'd like $1 million. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'd like my genie with 3 wishes. Boom. Hit. Double hit. Boom.
Stacking them.
But speaking of jokes, I forgot to say this because
That's a full pager.
I know. Talking about mothers with medical issues.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying he's from like outside Las Vegas or something like that. And
Area 51.
when he was younger, his parents had this idea they were going to start a farm or whatever. It was way out in the middle of nowhere. And he was talking about they tried to build a well and the water was brown, yada, yada, yada.
Nice.
But he said something about his mom being sick for a long time. And just out of the blue, I don't even know him. I was just like, did anybody look into that brown water? And I immediately was like, honestly, I'm so sorry. Like, I don't even really know you. And I don't even know what happened with your mom. And I was like, and I just said that. But it was like something about him that the way he said it, I sort of knew or at least had my fingers crossed that his mom was okay.
Yeah.
She could have been dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, hey, what about the brown water? But she recovered. She just had Lyme disease.
You don't recover from that?
It's been treated and sort of like living a normal life.
Well, good.
Yeah, but I was just like,
Lyme's disease.
Lyme's. And he was saying it that way.
With an S?
Yeah. The correct way.
Right on.
Lyme, apostrophe S.
Yes.
Lou
Isn't it a Y?
Lou Gehrig's disease.
Isn't it a Y?
Yeah.
Ice bucket challenge.
Yeah, that's ALS. Is that the same thing as Lou Gehrig's disease?
Yeah. And then 50 Cent.
That's the one I always think of.
You read one page.
F this bucket.
Read one page of a Harry Potter book.
He throws I love how he just throws the bucket off his balcony. Hilarious. Anyway, I got more jokes. Let me see if I don't really have one you can read.
That's fine.
But in the end, it's more of like a stand-up.
Let me open you up first.
At the end, I have one that's more to source. It's sort of stand-up-y. That's why I have the thing, but I just had to go with it.
Did you hear about this? Wait, cue the music. Or it could be right after this.
That's what you say. Did you hear about this? And then I paused.
Did you hear about this?
It.
$100 million worth of gold is stolen from Canada's largest airport.
Oh, I saw this.
The Canada's National Police Force is investigating a heist in the country's busiest airport that may have netted thieves millions of dollars in gold and other valuables. And in other news, the Joker just released laughing gas into all of the sewers of Gotham, and it's leaking into the city.
Oh.
Just because it sounded so crazy.
I know. It's just golden airport
2023. Just a giant airport container full of gold. It was like 3,600 pounds gold.
Okay, that's not that much. I mean, you could imagine. I wonder what the
3,600 pounds. Yeah, I guess like a
car.
car.
Yeah. I mean, it's heavy, but I can imagine it not being that much like
size wise
area. What am I trying to think? Not
volume.
Yeah, volume. Yeah. Space. The final frontier. Engineers have created a robot that cuts out the manual work of IVF done by embryologists, potentially lowering costs by thousands.
Big.
Fertilization is now done by what's being nicknamed the sperm gun, a.k.a. the Nick Cannon.
My God.
It had Cannon in
He just
there,
had a
so
crazy
it worked.
quote come out. I forgot what it was.
On Howie Mandel?
Maybe. Something about getting someone pregnant. I forget what
That pod is funny. Even after cutting out the trained workers, insemination is just as effective when done impersonally via microscopic needle, a.k.a. the Michael Browning.
Oh, jeez. Self-deprecating humor.
I heard microscopic needle is fine. Insemination is just as effective. Did you hear about the cheesecake killer?
No.
Oh, what? In New York, Victoria Nazarova will spend 21 years in prison after poisoning a friend and stealing her passport.
A woman.
Victoria Dominatrix framed the lifeless body as a suicide. Her mix of cheesecake and the Russian drug phenazepam failed to kill the victim.
Oh, man.
The jury's decision regarding her failed recipe: "You ruined it, you stupid donkey!"
Where's the lamb sauce?
Get out! He just tells people to leave.
Idiot sandwich.
I love saying idiot sandwich. I love the GIF. This is
black. How about that clip?
Oh, what? I don't remember that one.
It's a clip of something like he says like it's so burnt it's black, but then people just clip it to say it's black, and then they'll attach it to something like police when they when they hear about or something whatever, and then they add in that. Yeah,
I know. Okay, I said I have to come harder with the jokes,
and what she said.
Well, yeah, actually that one works. So I need to put in some language in here that I don't normally say, but I need to have the cadence of it fits the cadence. Because like I said, this is more stand-up-y.
Yeah. More language than come harder?
That was a homonym. Come on.
Homonym. Homophobic.
Speaking of homophobic... No, I don't have any homophobic. I was going to do that. Oh, yeah. The Tucker Carlson one. I was just going to do a bunch last week. Carlson said, "It's not you, it's the blacks." And then I was just going to do a bunch. "It's not you, it's the gays. It's not you, it's the whatever."
Yeah.
Police have now recovered 89 bodies from mass graves in a forest in eastern Kenya. The bodies belong to members of a starvation cult. So they believe salvation came through starving themselves. No offense, but these people made an incredibly stupid decision. When presented options, you always go with the sex cult. Always go with the sex cult. Lots of cults will come along and offer you unlimited pleasure in the afterlife. Mm-hmm. Sex cults say, yeah, we got that. And once you sign on the dotted line, you could immediately get to Jeez. Who has a problem with that? Only sex cults... I've been looking at my computer too much. My eyes are getting blurry. Only sex cults promise you 2 great lives. One now and one later. Doomsday cults, satanic cults, Kenyan starvation cults say you get a bad thing now, but you get a good thing later. Mm-hmm. They say eat a dog do sandwich now, and you can eat an apple later. Sex cults say you get the apple now, and we'll give you a peach to later.
Grapefruit.
Grapefruit. Fruit roll-up. Now, people ask, what about the brainwashing? You've heard the term post-nut clarity? When you see the world for what it is without sexual thoughts fogging your mind. Brainwashing is just pre-nut clarity. And I support it. I'm a pre-nut guy. I'm a pre-guy. People ask, what about isolation from the real world? Wouldn't you like to cowboy on the couch or bang against a bookcase without taking PTO or wondering if your kids are going to get out of bed to pee at night? How does it feel when you're almost and then hey, Will, train's in early, so we're going to need you here. Can you come in? All right. Thanks, buddy. Bye.
That's almost a good Roy impression.
In a cult, you get to do what you want every single time with reckless abandon. Moral of the story, you always choose a sex cult.
Might be your second book.
Choose the sex cult. That would just be the title. Simple.
Patron saint of sex cults.
Attention grabbing. I was surprised you knew about this. Did this go viral, the conjoined twins story?
Oh, I've known about the conjoined twins.
Oh, really? I saw it on the New York Post. Like I said, vagina.
They were on TLC before the 600-Pound Sisters.
Really?
It wasn't a full TV show, but it was like a little biopic.
Well, this week I read a story about the conjoined twins. Oh, maybe it's the boyfriend angle that has...
Right.
Because there's conjoined twins and only one has a boyfriend. Carmen Andrade has a boyfriend, but sister Lupita identifies as asexual.
Yes. She's the one that's more off to the side.
And that's pretty crazy.
Did you see the pic?
They share a pelvis, a reproductive system, liver, and bloodstream. So they have one pair of legs, and each controls an arm. So they share details of their lives.
Split like mid-torso.
Including romantic relationships. They share it all on TikTok. And I don't know. The girls seem really sweet, but they said, we've had a lot of challenges. It's not all rainbows and sunshine. And I thought, yeah, I guess they're uniquely qualified to understand how something can be two things at once.
Mm-hmm. And you know, that's true.
And two things at once. What if somebody was like, what if somebody had a genie and they're like, oh, twins?
And they give
two girls at once.
Conjoined twins.
Sorry,
there's that girl also. She has two vaginas. One girl, two vaginas, and she is a porn star or something and uses one for work and one for home.
Oh.
And it helps her mentally separate the two.
I don't know if that makes it better or worse. That seems weird.
Well, yeah.
Because you'd look over at it like...
One's just destroyed.
One has a 7,000 volt fence around it.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, one's frying velociraptors and one's just normal.
That's crazy. I think that's worse.
Yeah.
It is kind of weird.
Yeah, would you rather be conjoined with your sister or have two vaginas?
Oh, two vaginas.
When you said, oh, so like Theo Vaughn.
Oh, yeah. He's got... Oh, man. There's been some good clips of him. Anyways, not more video talk. Actually, more video talk. Because I need to... Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are you attracted to other women?
No.
And let me ask, because something popped in my head earlier, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to bring this up about Will, but then it was in my head, and then it sort of made sense, and then, but I was thinking, did you see that, now let me explain my thinking before I just think it, let me explain the hop, skip, and a jump it took to get there before I just ask,
Okay.
Are you attracted to other women?
Right. I mean, I'm sure there was a backstory.
There's this video that I was going to ask if you saw. It's kind of going viral. It's about the Bud Light situation.
I know about the Bud Light situation.
Well, there's a lady in like a American flag bikini or something in the last day or two. Yeah.
I haven't seen much in the last day or two because I was working.
Oh yeah. And she so she's got a case as a Bud Light set up.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got some sort of like AR-15 sort of situation.
Yep.
And she gets off about 20 rounds, and I would say, 10 of them hit, maybe 8, 7.
Yeah.
For sure, the first like 8 hit all her hanging laundry behind it. And
she's shooting like from the hip.
Yeah, she's shooting from the hip, but honestly from like 10 feet away.
Yeah.
There was another good video of the guy.
That happens like when like police. I just watched the Boston Bomber documentary on Netflix. It was good.
Yeah.
I learned a lot. Which I feel like I should have remembered. It was 2012.
He was hiding in the boat.
Yeah, the boat. No, but like leading up to the boat, he had a shootout with the older brother, and he said he was like 6 feet away from him. He could like see his eyes, and they were both just missing each other.
The brothers had a shootout with each other?
No, the police.
Oh.
This one police officer and the older brother.
Yeah.
Before he got ran over with the car.
Oh, I didn't know that's how it happened.
Yeah. He said he could like, they're like making eye contact, and they're like going with the pistol.
Don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes.
Well, when you're just like, yeah, it's crazy.
I remember, I don't know why.
But yeah, it's easy to miss. Aim small, miss small.
Anyway, so she's shooting that, and then it made me think of something I may have talked about here, where I sort of joked about something as my sexual awakening.
Yeah.
About going to
FBI
building and watching them do a shooting range demonstration and being behind a glass panel, and a woman in a pencil skirt and matching blazer comes out firing a M16 or something.
Was she wearing the cans? on her ears and her chest.
Maybe maybe it was your earwear that was so
Titillating.
No, actually, and it made me think of something else, which was there is something about like a powerful, and not just like with a gun or something.
Yeah, like a muscle car.
And not like a lady who's like a bodybuilder.
Definitely not.
But there is something to a powerful, like, boss bitch kind of woman that is attractive.
What's her name in shoot. Mila, I'm gonna say it wrong.
Mila Kunis?
No, Kolovich, Russian name, and she does
Mila Kokovich?
Yeah, something like that. That's how I would Google it, at least. And then Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
What's her last name?
Except she's got a funky teeth situation.
Doncic.
Mila Jovovich.
Or
maybe it's Jovovich.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's like shooting guns and killing monsters and stuff. But then, when you see her normal.
That is true. You know what? I didn't think. Yeah. She's the only downside for her. Yeah, the trope of powerful movie girl. Tomb Raider. Salt. That was a good movie.
Salt.
Aeon Flux.
Yeah, that was a good one. Tomb Raider, polygon boobs. the video game. Keep going.
I need to describe something to you. I need it. Will is moving on from this episode, and so. But then I was thinking. But then a thought struck me. Well, first of all, I mean, Bikini Girl. I'm not saying Bikini Girl was attractive. I mean, she's an attractive person. But that's not the point of my comments. The point of my comments is all of a sudden I was struck with a thought that...
All of a sudden I'm sprung.
No. Which is... Then I started thinking, like, that's not what Tammy is. And then...
Well, she was hunting a lot with her dad.
And no, she didn't do that.
What?
No, she was not the huntress.
That was Melanie.
She might have hung back at base camp.
In her Junko jeans.
It made me in perm when she was younger. Yeah, and all of a sudden a wash of shame or a feeling of shame washed over me.
Yeah, but we talked about this once.
We did?
Types. I have types.
But that's not that type.
Right. And I have other type. Remember supermodel type?
I don't remember this.
It was, we were talking about, it was like about types or something. And
yeah.
One was like Latina, but with freckles. And you said, supermodel or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
This was like so long
ago.
Yeah.
You were describing a bunch of positive characteristics. Yeah. And I was like, supermodel. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because you were like, I like a girl who's like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, it was like dark hair, but freckles. And yeah.
Oh.
Dua Lipa.
Oh, yeah. Hey, something really weird. I'm really attracted to the most attractive people on the planet.
It's going to sound crazy.
But then I did some mental work on myself to make sure I'm not failing as a spouse.
Yeah.
And I realized it's a little bit of like, it's more just like, it's like a fantasy type of thing. Like we were just saying,
exactly.
like a movie trope or something like that, where it's just like,
yeah,
there's something about it. Because if I met that person, I mean, the whole reason I'm with Tammy and not somebody else is that I wanted to be with Tammy and not somebody else that is a boss bitch type of personality. But the idea that you show up in a pencil skirt and shoot an M16 at somebody,
right,
does something to a 14-year-old.
Exactly. Do you have like your celebrity? Oh yeah, your celebrity crush is
Drew Barrymore.
What?
That's one of them.
What? That must be some repressed childhood memory.
No, that was like my first sort of
Shailene Woodley.
Person. Oh yeah. She hasn't been on my radar as much lately. Well, there's a thing coming along, which is I'm getting older.
Yeah.
And so like I'm still attracted to people my age, but it's just like the people who you see in movies that are
becoming younger
are like treated as like the most sexual person out there.
Like what's her name from
Sydney Sweeney?
Yakima?
Who's that?
Sydney Sweeney.
She's from Yakima? Oh,
or Spokane or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere over there.
That's funny.
But yeah. Same with like I'm past the point now where it's like the
and
like
then you're
football and baseball,
yeah.
basketball, they're like all younger than you.
So then you're like, oh,
but they look like older than you and jacked.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden somebody goes like, hey, this girl's 21. You're just like, ew.
Ew.
It's like you have to like turn off a part of your brain that's just like finds that person attractive, but
yeah,
you can't. They're an attractive person.
Yeah, exactly. They're an attractive person.
But let me just say something.
So what's the video you saw? Oh,
that was the shoot 'em up girl.
Oh yeah.
But it was funny because, well, honestly, it was so bad that it was a little bit like, is this a troll? Because it would be the most subtle troll of all time because she's got her, like I said, she's got her Bud Light set up there. She's got her America bikini. But then it's like, is this over the top or is it just like what it is? Because then she misses half her shots from 10 feet away and it's, yeah.
It's not as bad as that country singer that I was like doing the I hate Bud Light thing to Another One Bites the Dust by Queen.
Oh no, I didn't see that one. Oh, I saw it, but yeah. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who the guy is.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was doing a Queen song in the background. He was known for being like, pro LGBT.
And there was
stuff.
the beer that was like Republican beer or something that guy did an ad for. Did you see anything about that?
Mm-mm.
Where he's like swinging a baseball bat and coming out of the bathroom and he's like, we don't need that woke stuff, come over here to Republican beer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Well, somebody went to like their website and figured out like where it's made, because it says like, brewed in, whatever town.
Oh.
And they figured out that it was probably brewed at the same facility.
Anheuser.
Brew? Am I saying brew?
Correct.
Okay. For a second it sounded wrong. Yeah, it was like brewed at the same place as, Bud Light or whatever.
Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah. So, but all of a sudden.
they have like 100 beers like that are outside the Budweiser family.
Oh, yeah. They just do the
they just
brewing
own
and bottling or whatever.
Yeah. Like I think the people that do PBR do Rainier, which is just like the local, version.
Pro bull riding at the Kitsap County Fairgrounds.
Yeah. Puyallup Fair. You're doing Queen again.
Thunder and lightning. Do you remember that? Where people do the
Thunder Down Under?
No, they do their feet on the
bleachers.
The metal bleachers. Yeah. The last time I was at the Kitsap County Fairgrounds is when the Macarena was popular. And I have a vivid memory of everybody doing the Macarena in the stands.
Kitsap County Fairgrounds? I don't know
Yes.
if I ever really went there. That's where the... Okay, I've been sharing this a lot, so I'm going to share this on the pod. This is my second book. If you have a song stuck in your head, you heard it on the radio, Taylor Swift, Eras Tour, something like that. It's stuck in your head. You're trying to go to bed. It's not working. Most likely it's stuck in your head because you have a portion of the song stuck in your head that does not complete the musical thought, doesn't like have an ending to the chord structure, you know, a resolution, if you will. And you have something stuck in your head like, I'm feeling 22, something like that. And you just keep hearing that in your head over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Take a moment and hum to yourself one verse of the Macarena. Hey, Macarena. Because at the end of that, you have the musical resolution with the Hey, Macarena. It ends it. And that cancels out the song that's stuck in your head.
Here's a song I always go to.
Does it get stuck in your head?
Yeah.
Because where's the resolution? Because that's the good part. Of
I know. I do the whole
catchy
thing.
Part.
I think it's just fun to do.
Well, I was on the train the other day, and the engineer was like, "Oh, there's a bunch of seals out there." And then I was like, "Oh, I wonder if they ever felt a kiss from a rose."
Did you do it on the mic?
I did.
Oh,
and
nice.
then it was like 30 seconds, and he's like, "Okay, I just got it." Good times.
I forgot this was on the ground. Oh, let me say this. Okay. I got a second book as well.
Third.
And I have a bit of life advice. What's my second one?
That is what all the jokes were about.
Oh yeah. Sex
cult. Choose the sex cult.
Always, if you're gonna pick a cult, choose a sex cult.
Mm-hmm. Or the
out
cult
of all
of
the cults.
Personality.
Out of all the cults, go with the sex one. So yeah.
What if you have to brand the leader's name above your?
You're still
two
busting
vaginas.
nuts. Oh well, not if you have two vaginas, but
Okay, so third
still
book.
getting your rocks off. I like when people say that.
Rocks off.
Okay, it's this. I think there are some things about Tammy and I's relationship that
I smell burps.
there's some things about our relationship that sort of bum me out about some of our interests and things like that, like either musical interests, movies, or, you know, certain things about how we like to have fun or whatever. Not everything is different, but there
She doesn't like playing Horizon Zero Dawn till 4 a.m.
Forbidden West.
Oh yeah.
And no, she doesn't. And so there's a few times where it's like, do you want to watch a show with me? And it's just like, no, I don't. I actually do not want to do that. And and I dislike it so much it would annoy. I mean, you know, I dislike it so much that it would annoy me to even sit in the same room with you. So we don't.
Love is blind.
No, but there's, you know, just some things where it's like, oh man, I wish. Sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish we were that couple that's like, oh, we went to see this.
We're playing our Nintendo Switches together.
Yeah. We're still playing Pokemon Go every night. And so there's a little bit, like I said, bums me out. But, however, a big but. The reasons why I love Tammy and the reasons why I'm married to her and not anybody else in the world, the qualities that she has and the parts of her personality that I love are the things now that we've been married for so long that are really like paying off. Paying off is not the right verbiage, but are really like paying off in life, because when even at the young age I was, when either we got together or then got engaged, got married, I was still 20, but when we got married, but it's like I still had these qualities about her, and her kindness, her desire to make things right, the way she is with her family, the way I thought she would be a good mom, her patience, all those, like a bunch of like good qualities, just her overall loving nature that you could file under that. There's all these good things that I anticipated would be like enduring in our relationship. And just like we talked about last week, because you never know what you're going to face in a relationship that's good or bad, that may be money, that may be health, that may be just like situations that come up that just present a difficult situation that you have to walk through. And the qualities that somebody possesses are really going to make or break, walking through the fire sometimes, but also not just the fire, just how you enjoy, the enjoyable parts of life too. And those things, I'm happy to report that now those things that I really like anticipated and, that made me fall in love with her and made her be the person that I thought I would want in my life when I was 40, 60, 80.
Yeah.
Are the things that I love most about her now, appreciate most about her now, and are the things that are, create that boon of enduring relationship and enduring good relationship. So where it's like, yeah, sometimes it's like, oh, I wish, our movie taste was a little more aligned. I knew, when you meet couples like that, where it's just like they meet over a thing and you're just like, well, what if that interest changes, or what if that technology
Stop
changes?
making episodes of The Office.
And it's like, well, I hope you like each other enough when that series ends that this thing keeps going or whatever. And anyways, that's sort of how I felt. A conversation I had, a week ago, really made that come up. And then Tammy and I were talking about it this week. And so anyways, that would be book 3.
Two things. First, what's the title of the book?
Okay. It might be one of those like...
What's the subtitle?
It might be one of those ironic... Oh, subtitle. Well, I was going to say ironically long titles.
Can you give me the 5-word or less subject matter?
Okay, you say something and then I'll think of a title.
Okay. Well, I was going to go into relationship stuff.
Okay, it'd be something... She won't watch TV with me, but I still love her.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
might be the subtitle. Because at first I was going to say an ironically long title.
So it's like some little things maybe you're not lining up on, but the bigger picture is what's most important.
Yeah, because I always say, and this kind of goes into something different. This goes into being like easily pleased, but I know somebody, and she said like, oh, I just love playing cards with my husband at night, and it's just like, oh, I wish I enjoyed life at that degree where I could just sit down with Tammy and play a hand of canasta and just be satisfied in my heart of hearts.
Yeah.
But no, I dream of driving my truck into a tree.
So I saw a video,
But it changed when I got pills.
To describe a video I saw. It was a couple, and it said, the title was something along the lines of like the perfect night hanging out, or like something like, when I say I want to hang out, this is what I mean, something like that. She's in the bathtub chilling with like a glass of wine or something, and then the camera pans over to him, and he's in a computer chair on his laptop on his lap, playing a game probably or whatever. But then they're listening to Taylor Swift, and you can tell he's like focusing on whatever he's doing, but he's singing along with the song.
Yeah.
And he just has the chair in there in the bathroom with her. But so it's like they're together but not doing the same thing necessarily. Yeah. And then someone was like, this is why millennials have a better divorce rate than boomers. And then I like went into that, and it was interesting that you're like elder millennial, right? You're like
we were just talking about this with Lisa Creekmore.
Cusp millennial or something.
Yeah.
So yes, like, well, my generation, or our generation is.
You can say R. Just if you're talking about Tammy, don't say R. But if you're talking about just you and me, say R.
I don't know how to bring this up then. No, but our generation is doing better than the boomers in terms of divorce rates. And one aspect of it.
But we're going to marry less. Maybe that's where we're being more picky.
Well, yeah, maybe. But one relationship person or coach or therapist or whatever was like, that like shared time, it doesn't always have to be like full, attention. It's not like you're both, braiding each other's hair or something, or, it's not like doesn't have to be like a full, like one-on-one conversation, but just there's been a trend of like more just like shared time and shared like, let's, do a and there's terms for it. And it especially happened with all of the working from home with COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
Where it's like a shared space, even though you might not be working on the same project, and how it's like beneficial to the relationship.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I think that's actually a challenge of, we were talking about earlier this episode or last episode, but I think last episode about not having or whatever, a community or like as communal
that was
living.
Your first book.
Like living isn't so communal.
Yeah.
I think you don't find yourself in same spaces as well in living out everyday life in same space. So you're forced to kind of do it at home. So you are either going to do it positively and, share a bathroom and Taylor Swift, or
like at that time, that guy could have been like, I'm playing my game or whatever, or like, I'm doing this. And it's like, you can do it next to them or whatever,
Yeah. And not just spend, because it's hard because you are able to find that thing that, completely, matches your personality or your proclivities or your enjoyments or whatever. I'm going to go in this room and do all the things that I enjoy, and I'm going to go in this room and do all the things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And then pretty soon, you know, you don't want to be roommates or
your
any of
coworkers.
that things. Yeah. Roommates, coworkers.
I saw another thing that was kind of funny, and it was like, this person's like, do you have that couple best friend? You know, it's like your couple you always hang out with. And she was like, and why is it always that like the husband, like my husband is like chatting up with, you know, my girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'm chatting with her husband.
Yeah.
And it's because you get along super well. They're the opposite of you two.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like you get along super well with the person that's like you, but you would never like date them or, you know, marry them because you guys are the same. And then they're also the same. And it's like you both matched. It was just like the other opposite gender.
Yeah. I might cut out that last part because it's long, but.
Did we go long?
Yeah, this is really long, but.
Oh.
It was a good episode. Both episodes had energy. That's really what I look for in an episode. Energy.
And they both had yuck 'em ups and seriousness.
Anyways.
Which I enjoyed.
It was good. Would you like to wrap up the episode? You're so good at it.
Give me a beat. Keep changing the tempo. I thought you were going to go, just going. Just kidding. Thank you for listening. Oh, I'm going too fast. Okay. Yeah. Do the Harry Mack method. Yeah. This is the Bad Brothers podcast. Hope that you did last. Like in a sex cult.
Cult is hard to rhyme.
It is.
Tell your friends if they're an adult.
Like and subscribe.